Our tour of Shrewsbury starts in the square, which is located almost dead centre of the town. The square has been used as a market area since the 13th century. Nowadays, it's often used for events and entertainment, though occasional specialist markets take place throughout the year. The old market hall was built in 1596 and originally served as a cloth market upstairs and a produce market on the ground level. Above the main arch can be seen a statue of a man in armour, which is thought to be the Duke of York. This sculpture was originally located on the Welsh Bridge. It was moved to its current location on the orders of the town mayor in 1771. At the far end of the square is a statue to one of Shrewsbury's famous sons, Robert Clive of India. From the square, we make the short journey to St Alkmund's Place. This requires us to cross the High Street and turn immediately left between two half-timbered properties into Grope Lane. This narrow alleyway, or shut, probably gained its unusual name from the fact that in the dark, with the overhanging buildings, people had to grope their way along it. However, other more colourful explanations of the shut's name also exist. At the top of Grope Lane is Fish Street, a cobbled road that runs between rows of medieval buildings. Fish Street's oldie-worldy charm and historical significance makes it one of the most photographed streets in Shrewsbury. From Fish Street, it's a short climb up bare steps to St Alkmund's Place. Here can be found St Alkmund's Church, with its 15th century tower and magnificent east window. The next leg of our tour takes us along Butcher's Row and Pride Hill, then on to Castle Street, where we pass the Shropshire Archives and the library, before arriving at Shrewsbury Castle. Pride Hill is the home of Shrewsbury's main shopping area, with its centre named after another local worthy, Charles Darwin. The magnificent library building was originally Shrewsbury School, where Charles Darwin was educated. His statue occupies Pride of Place in front of the building. Across the road from the library is the entrance to Shrewsbury Castle and the Shropshire Regimental Museum. We visited in early June, when the well-kept grounds looked particularly colourful. Founded by Roger de Montgomery in 1074, the castle has undergone many transformations, the last one being by Thomas Telford, who modernised the building in the 18th century. A steady climb to Laura's Tower provides excellent views across north-east Shropshire. In the foreground is Shrewsbury Railway Station, and a little way south-east along the line is the Seven Bridge Junction signal box, since 2008 the largest mechanical signal box in the world. From the castle, we retraced our steps along Castle Street before turning left past St Mary's Church. From here we walked along Dogpole and Wild Cop before crossing the English Bridge to arrive at Shrewsbury Abbey and nearby the Shropshire Wildlife Trust. St Mary's Church has one of the highest spires in England, and although no longer used for regular worship, it is maintained by the church's Conservation Trust and remains open to the public. It has a number of beautiful stained glass windows, including the famous Jessie window. This fairly recently restored window was originally constructed in the mid-14th century and was moved to St Mary's in 1792. Another window of particular note is the St Bernard glass, built in the early 1500s. This window was moved to St Mary's in 1845. The English Bridge crosses the River Severn to the east of Shrewsbury. A plaque, mounted in the centre of the bridge, explains that it was originally built between 1768 and 1774, but was rebuilt between 1925 and 1927 to half the steep gradient and increased the width by more than 26 feet. On the eastern bank of the river is located the Abbey Gardens, a tranquil spot for a picnic or a short rest. The gardens contain a collection of randomly distributed ancient building relics, which add an unexpected mix of both mystery and charm. The abbey was founded by Roger de Montgomery in 1083. It became world famous as the fictional home of Brother Cadfael. On the other side of the busy main road is the Shropshire Wildlife Trust Visitor Centre, which is based around a wildlife garden. The garden is located in what was the old Shrewsbury Quest building. To continue the tour, we crossed back over the English Bridge, passed along the town walls and made our way along St Chad's Terrace to St Chad's Church, before crossing the road into Quarry Park. En route, we spent a little time in the relatively small but internally quite striking Roman Catholic Cathedral. The next significant port of call is St Chad's Church. This unusual round church was built at the end of the 18th century and houses a number of very colourful stained glass windows. On the 15th of November 1809, Charles Darwin was baptised here. In the grounds of the church is the fake graved Ebenezer Scrooge, which is a leftover stage prop from when the movie A Christmas Carol was filmed in Shrewsbury. Just across the road from St Chad's Church is the entrance to Quarry Park. This 29-acre riverside park is the home of the world-famous Shrewsbury Flower Show, held in August each year. The centrepiece of the park is the Dingle, a former stone quarry, but now a lovingly landscaped sunken garden. Percy Thrower, the famous TV garden presenter, was in charge of the town's parks before he became famous, and was partially responsible for the development of the Dingle. The final leg of the tour takes us on through Quarry Park to Victoria Avenue, past Victoria Quay and the Welsh Bridge, before turning back towards the town centre and Shrewsbury Museum. From here, it's a short walk back to our starting point in the square. The Porthill footbridge connects Quarry Park to New Street. It was opened in 1922 and was largely funded by the Shrewsbury Horticultural Society. A short distance upstream of the Porthill Bridge is the Welsh Bridge and Victoria Quay. It's from here that the Sabrina riverboat departs for its short return trip along the Severn. The Welsh Bridge crosses the Severn to the west of Shrewsbury town centre. There's been a crossing here since before the 12th century. The bridge was originally fortified as part of the town defences, and gated towers were present up to the mid-18th century. The impressive building immediately adjacent to the bridge is the Theatre Severn, which was opened in March 2009. Turning left over the bridge takes you into Frankwell, which is particularly rich in the black and white timbered buildings that are so numerous in Shrewsbury. Turning right towards the town centre takes you past this modern sculpture, which is just a short distance from Rowley's house. Here there are a limited number of museum displays awaiting transfer to the new Shrewsbury Museum and Art Gallery, which is under development nearby. Shrewsbury has a lot to offer, and our tour took us 6 hours. We didn't see it all, but we were most impressed with what we did see.